Hello. Day 3 of Advent of Code is out, so I'm gonna have a crack at it. Hopefully, I'm in better shape today because I just woke up rather than having been awake for, almost 24 hours. So this should be better than the last few, hopefully. So let's see what we have. Start on the up to in the top left corner. This one. Need to reach the bottom. Cool. Few specific slopes. Start by counting all the trees you would encounter for the slope. Okay. Right 3 down 1. Cool. From your starting position to top left, check the position that is right 3 and down 1, then check the position that's right 3 and down 1 again. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, etc. Consisting out of 7 trees. Okay, so if you do slope of right 3 and down 1, how many trees would you encounter? Oh, I need to log in. Oops, let me log in with GitHub real quick. Okay. And we can get our puzzle input here. Download that. And I'll put it in, let me find my folder again. What? Am I blind? Probably. Oh, there. Advent 2020, and this would be day 3. There, let's see what we have. So cd 3. Let's see how many lines. 323. Okay. Are they all the same length? I hope so. Yep. And it's all just either periods or hashes. Cool. So I think this seems like it would be easier to work with if they were zeros and ones. So I think I'm just going to start by converting them to zeros and ones. Let's make a file called convert.py, let's say. Or what do you know? I'll call it format.py. Oh yeah, I didn't type anything, so it's not saved. Cool. Vim format.py. Okay, so start by getting the data. So with open input.text reading mode file data equals file.read lines, and then we can say with open input.text, no, not text, formatted .text, make a new file in writing mode as file. Let me call that lines, not data. And then we just say file, or say line equals, or let's say lines. Okay, I'll just loop over it. So for line in lines, we can say file.write line.replace period with a 0, and then replace hashes with a 1. Replace hash with 1. That should be fine, I think. Why is this an error? End of file in multi-line statement. Why? Has file. So what's the problem? Does it still tell me there's a problem? Yeah, it does. Don't see any syntax errors here. Well, okay, maybe if Vim is wrong, let me just try to run it. No, yeah, it's not wrong. The computer is not wrong. I'm wrong. Who would have thought? Is there an error here? Oh yeah, there is. I forgot a parenthesis. Cool. So I should have a file now formatted .py, no .text. See what it looks like. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we can make a file now for part 1. So let's get our data. So with open formatted.text, reading mode as file, data equals file dot read lines. And let me just print the data, make sure that works. Yeah. Oh, we should probably should format that a little bit. To make them to make each line into a list and then convert the strings to integers. So let's say formatted is an empty list, and then for yeah, I don't know why I keep calling it data. Let me call it lines, and then we can call this thing data rather than formatted. So for line in lines, we can then say for position in line, and before I start this for loop, I could say maybe terrain is an empty list. Then we say just terrain dot append int position. I think that should work. And then at the end, we can print out data, see what we have. Oh, line breaks. Right. Let me get rid of the line breaks. So here, position, or I can just go here, line, and you can get rid of the line breaks by just replacing them with empty strings. Oh, did I not append? Ah, yeah, I didn't. So at the end here, we need to append the terrain to data. Okay, let me see just the first one. So it looks like that. That's maybe, I don't need to compare that. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Cool. So then the reason I did this, because now rather than having this period and hash symbol, now we have zeros and ones. So then we can simply go step through each terrain and just add every number that's there to find the number of trees we hit. So they're saying slope of right 3 and down 1. So let me say right equals 3, down equals 1. And then we just say for I in range of what's the length of this? Actually, we can say this for in range length of data. That'll give us all the lines. So position will be 0. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 0 plus. I guess I can just put an I here. We start at 0, 0. If we call this thing right here 0, 0. And then next time we're going to be at 3, 1. So we can just put 3 times I and I, right? Yeah, that can be the position. And then we can say number of trees at that position would be data down, no, yes, down, right. Because the way the data is stored is it's a list of all the lines. So then in order to get the next line, we would have to put the first line, for example, we have to put a 0 here. And then to get our current position, we would go put a 0 here, which is what would happen the first time. And then next time it would go the next line, because I would be 1 then. Oh, we don't want actually. What do you know? Okay, here's what I'll do actually. We'll do it a little bit more sophisticated. I'll put right times I and then down times I. And I'll say x, y equals position. And this, if I go to the end of the line, can be data x, data y. That makes sense to me. So, and maybe I'll say tree actually, because it's more like a binary representation of whether there's a tree at that point. And then before the loop starts, we can say trees equals 0. And then here we just say trees plus equals 1. No, not equals 1, my bad, equals tree. And then, oh, we need to print it out. My bad. Print trees. Should get an answer. Oh, list index out of range. Oh, I didn't make them lists, did I? I don't think I did. If I go up here and I try to print out data 0, for example, I was under the impression I would get a list of 0s and 1s. But wait, it doesn't even like that. I didn't print it. I do get a list of 0s and 1s. Yeah. So what about data 0, 0? Should work. Yeah, it gets, oh, I see what's wrong. Yeah, so we're going down, we're going to the right 3 every time, which means that we can't loop all the way up to range of data, because we're gonna, yeah, we need to copy the data. We need to actually think about the thing they said here, which is that the pattern repeats. So we need to take every line and duplicate it in this formatted.txt file. So I'll fix that in my format.py file. So I think this part is right. We just need to fix the formatting of the file. So here, it's actually pretty simple, I think. We just need to yeah, do I want to do it here? I guess I'll do it here. Why not? So I'll say it here then. Right equals Or, no, it doesn't really make sense to do it here because there might be like a follow-up where they say, oh, now it's not 3 in 1 anymore, now it's something else. So it makes more sense to do it in here, I think. So it's not very difficult. We just need to define right and 1 down here. Or, sorry, up here instead. And then, oh, that's not what I meant to do. And then in here, lines equals, or rather down here, we don't want to just append it once. We want to make a for loop here. So for, and the number of times we want to do this is let's see. So right now the ratio we have is 3 to 1, which means in this case, all we need to do is add that line 3 times, repeat it 3 times. Or we need to like multiply that line by 3, so the line gets 3 times as long. But if it was 5 for right, we'd have to do it 5 times. But then if down is not 1, like if the ratio was like 5 to 2, then we would have to do, then we wouldn't need as many actually. If down was bigger, we wouldn't need as many of those, because we will go down faster. So it's fine to just do it as many times as whatever right is equal to. That will always be enough. But then if the down is bigger, then yeah, what if down is bigger? Do we need to change anything then? I don't think we do. But in that case, we just change this loop here, so it loops not length of data, but rather length of data integer divide by down. So that way, if down was 2, it would only do half as many loops, which makes sense. And then here we need to triple this line. So actually, I don't think we need a for loop then, because can I not just grab this and multiply by 3? I think you can multiply strings by numbers in Python to multiply, right? Let me see here. Times 3. Yeah, you can. So then all we need to do is multiply this string here. Didn't do that. Wrong file. All we need to do is multiply that string by the variable right. It's still saying list and x out of range though. 123. Why is it saying list index out of range? Well, to test it, let's just multiply by 100 here. And it still says list index out of range. So that then couldn't possibly be the problem, I think. So if we loop over let me see here. So we loop over all of the lines, and for every line we add one thing to the data list. That means the length of the data list should obviously be equal to the length of lines. And then here we're literally just looping over the range of data. So if I right here, if I put just I and I. Will that work? No. Will not. That's pretty weird. What if I do 0, 0? That works. What if I do data I 0? That should work too. Yeah. But if I do 0i, it doesn't like that. Well, okay, let's keep it as 0, 0 for now, and let me print out. I'm already doing that actually. Data 0, 0. That's 0. Cool. Let me print out. Actually, let me just embed IPython here. From IPython import embed. Then let's embed a shell here. So then I can type print, or don't even need a print here. Length of data 323, and data 0 is a long list, and it should have a length that's three times as small, I think, or 3 times as big actually. Length of data 0. Only 93. That's weird. What's 93 times 3? 279. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. What's going on here? So we have the line. So we go through the list. All I want to do is, well, okay, tell you what. Why don't I get rid of this, and then I go up here, and let's not just do a simple read lines, but rather do a list here, and we'll say line times 3 for line in file.read lines. Syntax error. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to open up a shell, but now it gives 0. But that's because I still have this as just 0, 0. List is out of range. Okay, let me put the shell back. I should just keep the IPython import at the top, to be honest. From IPython import embed. Whoops. So I want to see the length of data, yeah, and then length of data 0. Why is it still 93? I don't understand that. Is with open input.txt read as file print, or now let's say lines equals file.read lines. Let's say, what's the length of line? 323, and then length of lines 0 is 32 32 times 3 is not 93, it's 96. Is it because I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm getting a really loud like system notification. Maybe if I just turn that off. Okay. Yeah, why is it saying 96? There must be some characters that we're not copying over. Is that because I have this here? If I get rid of that, I multiply by 3 here, and here I replace. I get rid of the line breaks. I don't think that should actually change anything though. Invalid syntax on line 14. Oh yeah, I missed the parentheses. Missed 2 sets of parentheses. Invalid literal for int with base 10. Okay, let me go back to how I had it. Just like this. Whoa. Oh yeah, I didn't replace the line breaks. Colon. Yeah, listen, it's out of range. So what I want to see though is I want to see what lines 0 looks like, and then also what data 0 looks like. Right now they should be the same. So let's check lengths first. Cool. Length of lines 0, length of data 0, 31. That's because the line break is gone though. So that's why the length is divided by 3 when I multiply by 3, because we get rid of 3 line breaks instead. So it does seem to make sense. Cool. Let me exit out of this shell. And okay, let's try to make right equal to 1 then. Does the program run then? So I don't need a shell. Ooh, it still doesn't run. That's not good. Still doesn't run. Well, let's see, what's the first combination of x and y that it doesn't like? "31, 31. The first one it doesn't like is that one. Right. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I've been thinking about the wrong way. For some reason I assumed that the input is square. Like each line is as long as the number of lines, but of course that's not true. Yeah. So actually what we need is we have lines here. We need right here we need to multiply actually not by just the length of well, okay, let me just multiply by a big number first. Like, we should totally be able to figure out what number we need to multiply by, but for now I'm just gonna multiply by a big number. That seemed to take a very long time, so let's just do 1,000. Okay, that's gives me the shell. Cool. Okay, then it works, it seems. Let me then make right equal to 3. This then is not a range on this one. 324, 108. So 324, 108. So it couldn't, surely it couldn't be the X that's fucking it up, because I made all of those. So it has to be the Y that's fucking it up, I think. So why would Y be fucking it up at just 108? That doesn't make any sense. Well, that's why you have the shell. So length of data, if I can spell it right. Yeah, so that's 323. That should, so 108 should be fine. Oh, wait. Length of data 0 is 31,000. So data 324. Oh wait, 324. Why was it trying to do number 324? Oh no, that is fine. Right. This. Oh my god. I was indexing the wrong way. I was doing X and Y, but it should be Y, X. Will it work now? Let me test it here first. So data 324. No, not 324, 108. And then 324. Yes, that will work. Right, then it works. Cool. So in that case, right here, we don't need to multiply by 1,000 anymore. It'll be a more reasonable number, which I think we can find if we take length of lines 0, because all the same length. That's the length of the line. Actually, we want to multiply it by length of lines. That's the number of lines divided by the length of the first line, and multiplied by right divided by down. Divided by down. I'll make a variable for this. That's getting pretty long. Scaling factor. So it's length of lines divided by length of lines 0 times right divided by down. And then let's round that up, because it's better to be safe than sorry. Python round up. I don't remember how to do that. Math.seal. Cool. Import math. So math.seal. And just because I want to be safe, let me just add 100 to that. not like it's necessary, but we might as well be safe. So then we're gonna multiply this by, oh, yeah, we're multiplying. Okay, I'll just add 1 then, in that case. So we're gonna multiply by scaling factor. Forgot the colon. And I wrote cell instead of seal. Did I really just misspell it again? There we go. Name lines is not defined. Yeah, that needs to come after this line. The shell is still coming up, of course. Okay, so it gets to 274. So let's get rid of this shell. And then let's just verify that even if I were to change the scaling factor, make it bigger, we should get the same answer again, 274. Because if we don't, then something's wrong. 274, cool. So, just run it again, 274. That should be the right answer. Let's see. Yay, right answer. Again, let me see, how long is the video? Oh, 36 minutes. Okay, I'll stop it here. Thanks for watching if you watched.